US, Japan, Australia, and the Philippines hunt the remaining Chinese warships in the West Philippine Sea. An emerging project based in an American university aims to shed light on China's so-called gray zone activities in the West Philippine Sea, WPS, amid its continuing incursions into the country's exclusive economic zone, EEZ. Currently being developed at Stanford University's Gordian Knot Center for National Security Innovation is Project Mushu, or Inspired Move, which refers to a move in the Chinese board game Go that turns a game around. The project has been tracking activities of Chinese vessels while its head, retired U.S. Air Force Colonel Raymond Powell, would tweet satellite images every now and then to light up on the maritime gray zone, he said. On the Project Mushu page of the Gordian Knot Center's website, China's island building campaign and aggressive employment of its paramilitary force are described as among its gray zone tactics. Through rapid militarization and escalation, China intimidates and coerces its neighbors and constrains their access to resources within their own lawful exclusive economic zones, often using the opacity and deniability of its gray zone tactics to asymmetric advantage, Project Mushu said. The effect has been to significantly undermine U.S. credibility, its network of partners and allies, and its free and open Indo-Pacific strategy, it added. In an interview with the Inquirer, Powell said, China likes the gray zone because it's gray. Gray zone means it's opaque. It's not clear, it's deniable, so they can do things in the gray zone and, by and large, the public doesn't know about it. He said the project aims to use the best technology available in the public sphere to expose China's maritime activities. We focus primarily on the Philippines because it's a treaty ally. It has a very pernicious problem, which is the fact that China has bases in the Philippines EEZ. So it seems like a logical place to start, Powell said. He noted that governments, like Manila and Washington, are not very good at releasing information, adding that it could take them too many steps to release such data. When governments don't release that information, they don't expose the gray zone activity, and China thrives in that environment. So we have been developing this idea we call Sea Light, Powell said, referring to a concept of Project Mushu, which may be developed into a program for further monitoring of China's ships. He said that, with proper funding, the program could make use of the best available data from commercial ship trackers to publicize gray zone activities. Powell commended the Philippines' recent efforts in exposing the presence of Chinese vessels in its EEZ, including the laser flashing incident early in February. Transparency deters the bad actor, he said. Now that the Philippines is saying that it's done playing the bully's game, if China wants to swarm vessels, harass fisherfolk, or point lasers, the world will see and hear the proof, Powell said. Meanwhile, several countries with disputes with China, including the Philippines, recently had their customs, Coast Guard, and legal personnel take part in a workshop by the U.S. Embassy on the enforcement of sanctions on China. Washington has imposed several sanctions in recent years, among the most recent being the restrictions set by U.S. President Joe Biden on the supply of chips and other computer parts to Beijing. But China has been able to skirt these sanctions through its sheer predominant role in seaborne trade, among other advantages. Government staff from the Philippines, Indonesia, Vietnam, and Taiwan joined the workshop organized by the U.S. Embassy's Export Control and Border Security (EXBS) program at an undisclosed venue in Manila. The workshop and relationships developed will provide contacts for future collaboration and cooperation. WPS Regional Advisor Ransom Avila said of the three-day forum, which ended on March 2nd.